All right. Hey everyone, my name's Elliot Cannon, or Myscha sleddog if you're an old school Unreal Tournament mapper or fan of the game. Recently I did this interview with this guy that's been working on Open Unreal. He came to me and said, "Hey, I want to do an interview." I said, "Sure, let's do it, man. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about." And we went off tangent and talked about all this crazy crap related to Unreal and Epic, map design, all kinds of stuff. But we kind of ran out of time. And I was like, I was driving home from work. I was like, man, there was so much more cool stuff to talk about. I know what I'll do because I already have a YouTube channel. That's why you're here now. I have this TTRPG YouTube channel that make Dungeons and Dragons modules and adventures, my own adventure stuff, right? I do that for fun to stay creative. I said to myself, you know what I should do? I should make like a one-on-one chat video for every map I've ever done. And really just for fans of the maps and the games. Not to make myself feel good or anything like that. That's kind of stupid. But just to like say, because you can't always rely on someone who's interviewing you to ask you the questions when you have so much to say. And I'm a talkative dude and always have been. So yeah, let's just go into deck 16 from the very beginning. Ignore the shadow puppets in the background, right? The lighting in here is crap and my camera's garbage. So laptop camera. So I try to make it as fun as possible. I'm a laid back dude. I'm not formal. I'm not going to read from a script. So let's go back to the very beginning. So in the beginning, right? I'm in architecture, manually drafting. You may have heard that interview that Whale did in Open Tournament. And I got this really great computer, and I got the CD-ROM for Myst and the CD-ROM for Doom 2. And that's where my breakthrough happened. And after I got the book and started editing, WADed, blah, blah, blah. But before I started building maps, I was playing. I was playing on bulletin boards. And back in the 90s, before Doom 95 and all that, you would connect with Game Connection with a dial-up modem to a bulletin board, and you can play 4-player Doom 2. And I was always player 2ing people. So I loved some of the more tricky maps, but there was this one map, map 11 in Doom 2. There's this famous deathmatcher guy. His name was Zolorus, which I believe is Greek for cholera. Zolorus was the master of map 11. Go look it up. I bet you can probably find like a copy of this dude destroying the shit out of people on map 11. So when I started playing, I was a big strafer mover, anticipating people's moves. And then when I got into the modem games forum on CompuServe, I had tons of fun, pushing myself to get really, really good. I got to play with Hijinks, who was in the Red Annihilation tournament, the one that Thresh won the Ferrari back in the 90s for Quake 1. So, Doom 2 Deathmatch, I couldn't get enough of it. I absolutely loved it. I used to play like all night long doing this stuff against strangers. Not on Dwango that much, because Dwango was weird, but custom maps, but the Dwango maps, etc. Now, why do I mention this? Map 11 is this circular map that has a platform and a bunch of columns. And from that, it branches off in other areas, but it has all this toxic crap down the lower level. And there's a little suit in Doom 2. You can get to the suit, you can run across the toxic crap, a little lift to get up. It's a super control map. So the map really has, oh crap, I strafed too far and I fell in the crap and I have to run to try to get to the suit, and the dude up top's going to kill me with a rocket launcher, a plasma rifle, double shotgun. So there's this tension of how you move in the map that can screw up if you move bad. If you bump into something, like you're trying to get out of the way of something and you slide over and you hit a column, you're like, oh crap, there's a column, boom, splash damage, you're dead. Oh, I fell in the crap, the guy knows where I'm gonna go to get to the suit, boom, I'm dead. Because you won't live long enough in Doom 2. You go, all this yelling and crap while you're dying. It was terrible. Everyone hated it. The whole screen would go red. It was really fun. Now, in Deck 16, there are elements that are inspirations from Map 11. Also, there's elements of inspiration from DM1 and DM6 from Quake 1. They're not copies, though. They're gameplay moments that have a feel that's a combination of human behavior and skill and anticipation because of the geometry. So I wanted to recapture some of those feelings, but in my own design, my own map. I don't want it to look like their map. I want to make something original, right? So Deck 16 was originally made in about an hour for a trade show that was in England called ECTS. And I'm pretty sure it was in 1997 while we we're working on Unreal. So I was really, really fast at making maps. 2D shaper, boom, here's a hole, put the volume in there, put the lights, copy the lights, move stuff around, move the geometry, play it, keep working on it, play it. No bots at that point. Bots didn't come around until UT99. So in Unreal Tournament 1, it was all about, I'm having to use, how's this going to feel? Because the other level designers on the team, with the exception of Cliff, who became pretty good, and he's still a really good deathmatch player. None of the other ones were that good of deathmatch players. They're kind of like filthy casuals at lunch hour kind of player, but I was like a hardcore Quake and Doom 2 player. So Deck 16 has elements in it that psychologically capture shortcuts and things that are designed a certain way so that if you pull this move off, you get this totally gratifying kill, but the other person knows you're probably going to try to pull that move off too, and they're going to get a gratifying kill on you because they know you're trying to do the gratifying, because it's this very dynamic, movement-oriented map with lots of different scaled spaces that are all tailored around weapons. And you probably heard me say that in the other view if you've seen it. Let's talk about some of that. Now, I'm going to jump into a video here shortly, made by some dudes on YouTube who are pretty good, who say, you know, Deck 16, the godlike map of all time. We're going to play their video too, and I'm going to talk you through some of the spaces, as opposed to flying around the stupid editor. I don't want to do that. It's ridiculous. But let's just, if you know the map, okay, I want you to think about some of the spaces. Right. Okay. Lowermost level, right? Right along the edge of this little jump up spot, because in Unreal 1, you have to get out of water really quickly. You couldn't have a big step up height to get out of the toxic crap. Toxic crap flooded the bottom level, right? Kind of like you see in map 11 and Doom 2, but very different. In the Doom 2 map 11 map, you got to run a long ways to get to a lift to climb, to go up. They did a lot in Doom 2. And mine, you just run to the edge of the shoreline, the little walkways on your side, and just jump right up. But when you're in it, you're making noises and people hear you in it. And you're just like, boom, people could pop you from above. It was just gratifying. Someone's running around thinking about doing something, and they hear this good going, and they just pop over and think, bam, kill the fish in a barrel. And when you're down at the bottom, you know you're up against a wall, right? So you have this wall, and you're running along like a little dork, and someone splash damage the crap out of you with a flat cannon grenade or a rocket launcher from the 8-ball and all that kind of crap. Remember, it was the 8-ball first in Unreal, and then later on we turned to a really cool rocket launcher. Guns in UT99, awesome. Guns in Unreal 1, okay. So anyway, that's just one element, that lower level. Now, you got to have map power control, right? These good players you'll see in the video, they understand this. This is what happened in DM6 and DM1. In DM6, it was all about controlling the red armor. If you were an old school Quake player and you played on Quake World and you ran skins and all this kind of crap, you remember all the guilds, everything like guilds with clans? That stuff was so fun. Controlling the red armor is how you win at DM6. I played against Hijinks 1,000 hours while he taught me how to control the red armor. This guy was a great guy. And I think he's just like a Coca-Cola delivery dude. He was a totally down-to-earth guy. And I got to hang out with him at E3 in 97, you know, during the Red Annihilation tournament. Cool guy. We played against each other on CompuServe. He even played for other people, helped ladder them up, kind of like power ladder them. Anyway, so Hijinks was a really, really great player. And, you know, I was never going to be as good as him at that time frame. But in DM6, we talked about it. We would play and we're talking on Ventrilo or something like that. I can't remember what it was. It was before Ventrilo. There was some talk program that we saw hang out. We play all night long, and then we sit around and smoke cigarettes and drink beer and just talk, right, about what happened. And DM1, which is a Romero map, if I'm not mistaken, has a little circular Morbius-looking area, but no one ever really goes there. I think there's a piece of armor there, a bunch of 9-inch nail crates. But it has a jump where there's a wall and a circular donut shape that drops down where you can kind of jump and rotate and land. Now, this whole jump and rotated land thing happened a lot in Doom 2 and in Quake. Now, technically, I could be wrong. Now, in Unreal, we're using cylinders, right? Round collision cylinders like the cylinder lights I use all the time. We aren't using squares. Because in Doom, you have that's not a square. What is that supposed to be? Let's just say let's use this stupid birthday card here, right? So you have a square like that, and you're moving around. So as you go this way, the diagonal across here is much longer. It's not even a square, it's a rectangle. You get the point. So if your player is moving along and you jump and you rotate, you have a further reach to land successfully before you go, and I fall down. All right, you got that? So imagine like you're running and you jump planar and you go, can't quite make it. But you jump and you rotate in midair and you go click and you just, all you need to do is just like one pixel of your collision cylinder box, whatever the hell's going on in the video game, to touch that surface and you've landed. It's like having your toenail, stuck on an iceberg and you make it. All right, so you're imagining all that kind of crap. So this is a feeling. This is a thing that you experience when you play other games. That's why if you're going to be a game designer, you're going to be a game programmer, or you're going to be a level designer, or a multiplayer guy, you need to have a library of game experiences. You don't need to have a library of crap to copy. Like, you don't copy Diablo 2 to make Diablo 4. You don't do that. What you do instead is you understand all these cool experiences you've had in other games. You play it in every way possible so you can become, I know what it feels like to do this. let me create this for different people to experience it as well. Very philosophical. Woohoo. So DM1, shortcut jumps. Also, hearing the armor from the distance. This is something that a lot of people don't talk about anymore, but people who are really good do this. The sounds that you make when you pick up pickups propagate pretty far in the old deathmatch games. And understanding when someone picks up the shield belt, like in Deck 16, it's right in the middle. Like you have to be way far in the corners, like where one of the guns is down on a lower level and way up where the one of the lifts is, to not hear it. And it respawns in a specific time frame, right? So if you're really good, you're fighting, you kill a guy, it respawns. If you're one-on-oneing, which the real hardcore guys are one-on-ones, much easier to one-on-one than two-on-two. Controlling high resolution, high protective assets such as the shield belt and the armor on top of one of the boxes in the lower level where the two lifts are. Those are super important because it means more health. And there's little vials too, just like the armor shards in Doom 2. You can pick those up whenever you get bored. But those things all make noise, right? And people know where they are, and they respawn to make noise. And this is right out of Quake 2, right? So we did this stuff on purpose, not because we wanted to copy Quake 2. Like Quake 2 is a completely different style. Like it's basically a rocket launcher lightning gun game. Our characters are spindly and jumping around and going jumping everywhere and doing this crap. And we had so many different guns with different type of action on them. And our maps were crazy and zany, and we weren't trying to copy them, but we had feelings that we liked. I know I did, because I grew up with this stuff, right? I didn't grow up. I was already 30 by this time. So in Deck 16, there are a number of things placed in the map that have a sound propagation for someone who's a real good controller to understand that, like, oh, he's going to be spawning right over here, boom, dead. And that is where the real Thresh level 1996-7 pro players come from, right? Everyone who competes in multiplayer games who's good understands all the cues of shadows, lights, and sound effects and how to do things. Now let's get back to Deck 16. All right, so besides those things, which when I'm designing a space and deciding where power-ups are, I'm placing them in ways that sometimes cost time and a commitment to pick it up. Like the shield belt. It could have just been a flat little walkway, right? But it's not. It's got a stupid little jump up. And if you miss the jump too early, you get hung up on it. And if you jump properly, you grab it. And if you screw it up, you turn sideways. And if someone shoots something with splash damage and hits you with inertia, you get knocked off of it into the green stuff. And it's like, it's a risk, right? The shield belt's the most powerful protective pickup in the game in Unreal Tournament and in Unreal. So it's a risk to get it. It's out in the open. It's designed that way. You know, picking up the armor, you're in a confined space where splash damage can blow your head off, right? And so if you're really, really good, you time it where you're kind of moving through the environment and grab it and go. And you get really good at doing this. And when you're playing, it feels good as a player. You're like, wow, I did this perfectly, man. No one can get me, right? That's part of the fun. Part of the fun is like how you're moving and what you're doing. You're managing the resources, you're grabbing this, and you're also thinking about where the opponents are going to come from. And if I'm here, I'm vulnerable to splash damage. If I'm here, it's an ASMD double move where you shoot the alt fire and you go boom with the primary and it goes boom, which Cliff designed that, by the way. That Cliff Blazinski's idea. It's a great idea. I love people doing it. They do it all the time. I love the ASMD, which is a quote from Fear of a Black Hat. You go watch that movie sometime. You know what the letters will stand for. The GSTH stands for Go Straight to Hell, which is a redneck phrase we used to say in Tallahassee, Florida. We're in like playing pool all the time. We're like, dude, man, go straight to hell. But the ASMD is great. It's alt fire for this really large radius sprite, right? With the fire engine effects on it. Just, it bounces people around. Great weapon to bounce people around. A lot of people think of it as like shoot the weapon and then make a boom, big explosion. That's cool, but you have to be really good to be able to do it while moving. A lot of people like shoot the thing and they stand still and they try to shoot it, they get killed. But it depends if your opponent's any good or not. If they see that thing coming, because it's not a very fast-moving projectile, they can go sidestep and go bam, if they got a sniper rifle. Anyway, we're talking about moments, right? So the map has a lot of little moments in it like that. Also in that lowermost level, you also have something at one end, and the other end you have the two lifts. Let's talk about these lifts. As you notice, that's where the ASMD is and a couple of pickups for it, right? And there's two lifts that are brrr, clunk, really loud. If you jump on a lift in Unreal 1 and an Unreal Tournament, and if you jump while it's moving upward, because it's moving very quickly, it'll launch you into the air really high, which is fun. It's like rocket jumping. So you can actually get on the lift and go 3/4 of the way up and jump and rotate in midair and land on the platform. Or the other trick is there's frames. It's like a square framed lift. You can jump and get yourself where your opponent is blocked by the pillars that support the lift, and you're in the air, and they try to shoot you, and there's no splash damage hitting you because it just hits the column. And then as you're coming down, you can go bam and nail them. So there's all kinds of really cool moves like that you can pull off. And if you watch really good players, you see they'll invent their own moves, the ones that I didn't know that you could even do, which is really cool. The other thing about Deck 16 is interesting is that there are different areas where weapons are placed, right? Some stuff's placed up against a box, like in the first map in Doom 2, where you try to pick up the plasma rifle. You can jump from the upper platform, but if you play Deathmatch in the first map in Doom 2, map 1, it's called, you can go in and turn your collision zone and go click and grab in Dwango 1 especially. Excuse me, my nose is itchy. I'm always scratching my nose. I really got to stop doing that. So there's other elements to that area that's really scary because you're kind of down low and it's kind of hard to look straight up in the air and start shooting people above because the lifts are in the way, the columns are in the way, and they're just trying to peek over, and then they can just throw some explosive crap down there and hit you and bounce you against the wall and kill you. And of course, there's that narrow passageway on either side. That narrow passageway, you'll see kills there all the time. People, I got to run and get to the lift, and they're in that passageway, and you've timed it properly. Boom! You just hit somewhere on the wall, and they're going to blow to pieces. So the lift is a really exciting area. The double lift is a really exciting area because as you come out of the two lifts, you have this hallway where it's a ramp that goes up to an upper level where people can be up there and kind of ducking around because they got a wall to hide behind. And then you got this bulkhead that controls the looping passageway that goes down around where the rocket launcher is, or the 8-ball. Depends which version of the game you're playing. And Unreal is the 8-ball. Unreal Tournament's a rocket launcher. They do the same thing. Roll up 6 shots, grenades, timing, lock on, all that kind of crap. If you play the game, you know what I'm talking about. So, and you have these gaps where Camper Boy's up there with a sniper rifle at the other end of the map and can see through the holes. And I've seen people shoot people through the holes when they're doing the jump. I mean, when that stuff happens to you when you're playing a video game, you're like, woohoo, that was awesome. And it's so fun. And at the same time, it rarely happens. You got this GES bio rifle up there where the sniper rifle is. We're talking about the opposite end of the map now, where so we can just boom, 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 and just dump this sticky crap everywhere, which was named by Nigel Kent. It's called Green Exploding Shit, GES bio rifle. And you can lay that stuff down, and people will go running out the doorway, and that's will go boom, 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 and it'll detonate and it'll kill people. You can also throw it down below pretty handily where the little narrow passageway is. You don't see a lot of people use the bio rifle much because it's not really a direct fire weapon. It's like a timed grenade thing, kind of like a Saboteur was in Rift if you're playing that MMO. But it's up there high, and you can back away. And so for up there, you have a little bit of boxes to hide things, but you have this ledge, and you're so high up. You're one of the highest points in the game, except for the sniper rifle, and you can just back up to make sure people don't hit you, and they can't really splash you because the ceiling and all that stuff's on purpose. Like if it was just all 10-foot ceilings, like in a house or something, everything would be a splash trap, right? So different ceiling heights, curved passageways, geometry you can roll off of, openings big enough to peek through, maybe nail somebody. Like all these little details are in there when I was building the map. So some other things to talk about, and then we'll go play this video real quick. When you go down the curved passageway where the rocket launcher is, and you go down a couple more steps, and there's a jump you can do to get down to the flat cannon or something. I can't remember. It's been so long. That area, getting in and getting out of it and looping around to underneath the sniper rifle, there's some darkness over there. People can jump down from the sniper rifle and spin and rotate and get concealed in darkness and count to 3 and nail people around the corner. It's a great place for that ASMD super move, a great place for someone just to launch rockets down the hallway. A lot of people come running out to that first opening where they can see the ramps, like the 2 ramps up here and all that. And they get up there, they get the pulse rifle and UT-99, which is kind of like the lightning gun, also shoots a bunch of crap. And over there's a little platform with a machine gun or the minigun. And that's one of those DM1 jumps where you can jump and spin and rotate and land the minigun and get back up. Sorry, I'm banging a table into the wall. So there's all these little special moves you can do. And they're timelessly signature. I would probably say there's maybe like 120 special moves that people do when they blow someone up, and they weren't just running down a hallway and going, I aim better, bam. And they aren't doing that. They're coming in the hallway and predicting your movement. They see which weapon you have because you advertise it when you start shooting, which is one of the worst things you could do, unless they can recognize what weapon you have in your hand because you can't see them. And they understand the psychology of how you're going to move when you show with the ASMD or the minigun, which is an instant hit weapon. Knowing you have an escape route. I'm a big motorcyclist, so is my wife, and we ride Victories. I have a Magnum X1 Stealth. She has a Boardwalk. I mean, you got to have an exit plan always or ride motorcycles in a formation. You can't just ride down the road and go, this is cool. You got to make sure you can get the hell out of the way with a car someone pulls in. It's the same thing in deathmatch and these types of games. You got to have an exit plan. You got to have cover that you can pop behind and pop back out, or pop and roll off and completely escape if you're low in health. Somewhere where they don't just follow you to the opening and they shoot you in the back. Those psychological elements that are happening to you while you're playing is what makes these old school deathmatch games so fun. Some of the other maps, like Facing Worlds, is hilarious and stuff. It's cool sniping, but there's some points of Facing World, not criticizing Cedric or anything or Inox, where like you're just running up a rock, man. And unless someone's sniping, it's not a compartmentalized space, right? It's designed to be out in the open. People love the long range shooting on that. It's a sniper camper map, right? There's not a lot of death matching, dancing going on. Deck 16 is about dance, different areas of the map to dance in, and it's a great flow, different respawn spots, fun map. I really love making it. Let me think. Is there any more cool trivia before you go to the cool video? Let's see. Well, for UT99, I just redid some texturing to use some of the more modern textures. And remember, they're all 256 8-bit palletized textures. They're not like these huge, humongous crap now. I mean, all of Quake 1, if you take a photograph with your phone, and say you have an Android phone with a double camera on it, you take a photograph with your phone, right? That photograph is the same size as Quake 1. Think about it. Okay, so I'm going to play the video, and if something pops in my mind while it's playing, I'll pause. Now, YouTube has become a real dork in the last few years, even with AdBlock Plus and things like that. They like to throw in these mid-roll ads. If a mid-roll ad pops up, I have no control over this. We'll just make snide, horrible comments about a mid-roll ad if it happens. This video is called Unreal Tournament Deck 16. Is the GOAT of all FPS maps ever made. It's a 4K. It's actually in 1440. I got the sound on. I'm going to decrease the size of this webcam slot first. Put this down here over the kill frag counter. And we'll just lock that in. And then we'll press play and chat more.
3, 2, 1.
Did you see that? Even when the dude landed, he landed on he knew where to go. He was going for the shield belt right away. And I don't know who this person is, right? And if I'm talking about you playing, if you ever see this video of me talking about you playing, I'm not giving you a hard time. I'm just talking about how some people react to things I put in the map on purpose and how they handle it in different ways. He like landed, jumped, popped once, and then grabbed you, but decided to reverse back out, right? Some people go forward and jump to the wall, and then they're in a splash damage location because most of the people on the map are on this side. So if they run over to the shield belt thinking to jump down, they see you running forward, they're going to splash you. I don't know if you get that or not. So backing out towards the teleporter is a really good idea. And this is one thing I'm going to say. You know, Cliff put this in the game and I freaking hate it. This like double tap jump stuff. Sorry, Cliff. I hate that crap. I like standard fast movement. You got to strafe, move in elliptical shapes and things. I never did like the whole like tap a button and go, huh, huh, huh. It just felt like Black Desert Online for the 90s. It's really creepy. This person plays that way a lot. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not even an iframe. It actually, you can move pretty much slightly faster by spamming that, but it doesn't make you look cool. It also makes a lot of noise, and noise is your enemy in a deathmatch game. You should be running around going, hoo, 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 like Duke Nukem, like, where is it? So that's something I'm not a big fan of. I think a lot of people who do that are spamming their WASD players. I'm not a WASD player. WASD players spam the thumb to jump all the time. I use the Logitech keyboard like this, right? Here's what I do. Let me make this big. I want to teach you guys something. I want you to convert you to how to play video games properly from me. Let me unlock this. I'll make it bigger. All right. That's all right. So this is a crappy Logitech keyboard, right? All right. So what do you got here? You got a T-shaped set of arrow keys, right? Big hand and arrow keys. Okay. So you see this bank of keys right here? This is 6 keys you can touch. This key right here is great for auto run and MMOs, right? You don't know nowhere near. You're going to jump with the pinky on the control button, right? So you're going to play like this. And you're jumping with your pinky. If you can play the piano or the guitar, your left hand is your friend, right? It's down there on the E string. So if you can play an electric guitar, touching the control button to do your jumping is no problem at all. So you can switch weapons by popping up quickly these 6 keys here. If you're playing an MMO, this is where all my nearest target, wind up spells, and that kind of stuff. Intermittently, like say I want to change to the rocket launcher or something like that, you can use the number pad on the side here, 7, 4, 1, 2, 3, the big number 0, and even the plus key in emergency situations. All that gives you a tremendous amount of control without having to rotate your hand. See, when you're playing WASD, right? You're chicken pecking. So you have these little fingers on walls. You go, yay, use my thumb to jump. And so this is what you're trying to do. And then you're trying to take your fingers and you're trying to go 1, 2, 3. Whoops, now we're stretching our fingers the opposite direction that it normally goes, right? I'm a genius, aren't I? You never knew this shit, did you? Anyway, so by trying to get to 5, 6, and 7, look how far away 6 is from WASD. You can't even reach it without lifting your entire hand off to get to 6, right? You're touching this, pop end, pop insert, pop home, pop page up, page down, boom, boom. You can even just be running forward and pop 4, 7, and 1. Try it. Of course, this is bound to strafe left and strafe right. And if you had a speed move, you could do that on your mouse. I mean, I use one of these cheap bastards here. It just has 2 buttons on the side. Hold the button down on Warframe to run. That's good. My wife's a big Razor Naga player. All right, let's get back to the enough giving the guy a hard time for the spam jumping thing. So that was a teleporter that was added in a later date. You saw how high you come in from this upper area. It's just so fun to then jump down and go do a bunch of stuff. In this situation, this person is going to armor pickup route. So he's going to shield belt first, go through the teleporter, jump down, and land on top of the armor, right? So he landed on the armor and just knew exactly where it was. He got someone chasing him because a person heard where he was, who's decided to jump into a free fall and then try to take them out when he just got the ASMD. This person's already backed into the ASMD. I don't know what weapon this guy has, probably the sniper rifle. Now watch what happens here. Boom. He's got an add-on making a noise when he tags someone. It was boop, boop. That's not in the game by default. Now notice this, this is kind of funny. The lifts are moving brushes, right? The mesh texture that you're seeing right here, let me put my mouse up here. These are masked textures. So it's an infinitely thin sheet of geometry. And then right up against it is a 1 unit thick, all the way to the edge, flat square to create collision. And its collision is usually on the top or the bottom. When it was a piece of glass in one of my single player maps, where you shoot it, the projectiles would hit the collision, and then you can remove the sheet from the world and replace it with a spawner and have glass come out and play an audio effect of the glass breaking. But for a lift like this, I want you to be able to see through it because that's part of the fun. The radius explosion of this move goes through moving brushes, but it doesn't go through geometry. So you tag the guy once with the first shot. This person uses the primary fire on the ASMD all the time. He must be a railgun player from Quake Arena. I hate that weapon. I can't stand the ASMD except for the pump secondary shot. So he killed the guy with a super move on the lift as he was going up, right? Something to think about. Now, he didn't really do the jump. He kind of did some of the jump, but I don't know if you noticed this. I'll go back a little bit here. This is going to be a long video, I can tell already. So jump down, get the armor. That was rocket, boom, ASMD. So rocket splash damage, boom, there's the jump. All right, so this person is doing something that's quite cool. They aren't looking at what they're picking up. They're reversing into things to keep an eye on the freaking threat area, right? I'm not sure if this person's listening that good, but he's got a pattern he wants to run. He's getting the minigun now. Great instant hit weapon for long range. Instead of turning towards the minigun and then picking it up and then jumping down below and then getting on the lift again, which makes a lot of extra noise, this is a smart way to grab it. So that's just predictive shooting. A lot of guys do that, especially in Doom 2 and Quake 1, like throw rockets down the hallway, throw plasma down the hallway. Using the primary fire, though, it's maybe he's just really good at it. I'm not a big primary fire fan of the ASMD, but what have you. So he knows where the guy is. He's trying to super move him. I can't tell if this is a real player or it's a bot that he created and named it 9, like N1NE. Maybe it's just a friend of his, because he pretty much destroys this person repeatedly. But the other person's behavior seems a little excitable. And if he's a real good pro player, it's totally easy for him to kill him. That was bad. You see how that was bad. It's like you're using the ASMD. You've been trying to super move this person. I know it sounds like I'm criticizing these guys playing, but I want to talk about the geometry. You know, the levels part of the puzzle. When you go around these boxes here, this is a tight little area you can run around. You're using the boxes for cover, but you don't need to be. Why are you? What are you doing there? What are you doing there? Whoops, I double clicked this one. Why are you trying to get why are you there? You're using the ASMD. So it's kind of like a bad, I think I can kill this guy, but he's just going to get killed. Boom. And the player, he's already proactively throwing another super move explosion down here. I thought it was kind of odd that the lifts go up and down and the person didn't even react to it. He's loading up rockets. Good shot. Gonna go up high again. That's a platform you can get on. That he just like jumped and went and fell down. That was designed to be like when you teleport, give yourself a millisecond to land and then jump over. There's no double jump in Unreal Tournament. There's one of the shortcuts. Look at that rocket mesh. Oh, so funny. He's throwing a grenade in the air. Isn't that great? Because these crates here were just designed to give you something, so it's not so wide open, so it's some kind of cover out here. Jump, dude. There you go. He's just practically throwing crap. His opponent's probably taking a sip of his beer. Hey, that's a good idea. I'll do the same thing. I thought it was kind of weird that this guy playing never aimed down sight, never used a scope. All this jumping and hopping, dude, you're just making so much noise. The guy doesn't even see you. He seems hell-bent upon using the ASMD. Well, that's interesting. Okay, good timing on that. Nice jump out in the open. Behind you. That's an easy kill. Sorry, that's a good shot. Perfect. Perfect timing on that shield belt respawn. And more armor. Anti-gravity boot time. You don't need to be there. That's an easy shot. Don't you love killing one with a rocket launcher like that? So freaking fun. Jump. There you go. Trying to control him. Where is he? There he is. Black cannon. Why are you not throwing grenades? I want to talk about that real quick. Oh, he fell down. Let me go back to this before just a little bit. There you go. Oh, that's not a good shot. The guy was up here running around and he throw regular flat cannon shot. Now remember with the flat cannon throwing the shards and crap everywhere, it's always better to shoot the flat cannon down the ground so it ricochets up. If you shoot it straight, it's going to go like this. And the odds of it hitting anything are low. If you shoot it down at the ground, the other person doesn't really know where it's going to go. And if someone sees you doing that, they're like, he's shooting at the ground. No matter where I go, it might ricochet up low and hit me because it's going to lower the trajectory closer to you to bounce up towards you. Does it make sense? Let's see if we can explain that. One of my ridiculous explanations. Heroes that clothespin people. All right, let's make this big again so you can see. Let's go back here and unlock this camera. No, I don't want to undo this. Let's do this over here. Oh, I got the mouse on the wrong screen like an idiot. All right, here we go. Clothespin people. Put them on your Christmas tree, right? So if this is dude and you're shooting at dude and you shoot the flat cannon like this, it's going to go like that, right? Let's just turn that this way. How much of those are going to hit clothespin people? One, this finger here. Now, if you shoot this down the ground and then it comes up, how many of these are going to hit clothespin people? 2 or 3? No more clothespin people, right? All right. So that's one thing about the flat cannon you got to think about. I personally always like to splash a shot on the ground towards people, in front of them and towards them, right? And then follow it up with a grenade, which means that they see the stuff hitting the ground and they know they're probably going to get hit. They usually just strafe. And usually what they do is they'll strafe away and they strafe back. And people always strafe away and strafe back. You rarely see someone go, you never see someone just like strafe away and just disappear. They always go back and then back. They love touching the two keys. And so when they strafe back and strafe back again like that, and the grenade's coming down, I've seen the grenade go right in someone's freaking mouth. And so using these, he had a flat cannon the whole time. He didn't even lay down any suppressing fire down the hallway. Let me go back to the shot on the video here. So this dude's here being killed, 9 or whatever. And the flat cannon's flying out of his hand. He's been nailed with a machine gun. He didn't even lay some suppressing fire behind him. Like if you use a flat cannon, you just throw shit down the hall. It's like the razor jack. Throw stuff when you're retreating. like throw stuff against the wall. This is angled for a reason. It's not just for, you know, Star Trek looking crap. It's so that when you throw stuff here, it shoots, bounces down. You can shoot the flat can against this wall, make it bounce down, and throw a grenade up and high, hit the ceiling. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can do in this space with a flat cannon. So some people just grab their favorite gun and just start pulling the trigger, so whatever. Don't you love that sound? This is the UT99 version, by the way. Did I bounce that guy? That's weird. He uses this add-on that's doing this ting, 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 ting. I don't know where that's from. Maybe you replace the sound files or an add-on. I refuse to play with add-ons except in World of Warcraft because you have to. But that's a really good shot of using the ASMD to bounce someone around, because that's one of its biggest strengths. Is it bounces people in the air, and they're like, oh, I'm going to be landing. Can I control my landing? What am I doing? They're not thinking about shooting you. They're thinking about their landing location. Good jump. Nice shot. Oh, missed that one. Yep, machine gun. So if you ever played Quake 1, especially DM6, can you see how much fun this guy is having, just running and jumping and flipping around and controlling certain areas, and then going back and refreshing the armor pickups of the shield belt and then the heavy armor and all this kind of crap? I mean, the other guy who's, you know, spawned up here, the other guy's spawning, grabbing a weapon, angrily coming after you, while he's kind of controlling the things that make him almost invincible. You know, invincible. It's not even a word. He has 100 health, 100 armor, 155 health, right? And got like 10 frags to nothing right now. Jump, go. Boots. Nice shot. That last shot was amazing. That was interesting because you can kind of see when you're down with the ramp, with down below with the two lifts are, with all those boxes, and if you're hyper focusing on someone else, you're banging in this box and you're banging in this box. You need to have like a mental footprint in your head of where stuff is. That area is intentionally non-symmetrical so that people who are really good at playing have an opportunity to, let's watch that fight one part again here, okay? I'm gonna pause it in a second here. There it goes, pause this. So you got to pick up on top of this. It's far enough away so you can circle around this, right? And these are in the corner on purpose so you can splash this back wall. So he's trying to get to this other lift. He's got the ASMD in his hand, or the shock rifle. He jumps off. I don't know why. I guess he could have just jumped, stayed on the lift. Maybe because he's afraid because he got blown up earlier when he was on a lift on the other side and the explosion went through it. He just jumped down into like this dead end zone over here where you can get killed. Because there's little pockets of darkness back here. For some reason, this guy's video option, he has his gamma turned up high, which looks like crap. And this guy's like jumping all over the place. I think he's excited playing Unreal Tournament 99. Nothing wrong with that, dude. He's like bounced all over the place. He like jumped here and banged into this. I guess he thought he was going to get a pickup, but you should be focused on trying to stay alive right now. Yeah, he's aiming the ASMD to do a super move. And he made through there, but the lift's not down, so he's like jumping around. Oh, with the primary fire. Wow, that's great. I'm impressed. Jump. Ooh, there's some weird frame rate on that. Oh, he got this. Did he get the shield bolt? No, he didn't. Yeah, he did. Another example of like, if you go in the teleporter, you get up really high and then you jump down. The other guy's like, okay, you gonna jump down now? I mean, so it's I can't tell you how much fun I used to have playing Quake 1 and Quake World with these 16, 32 player maps or whatever it was, like in DM2. And there's just grenades going everywhere and people just like spawning and running forward and exploding. And at a certain point, it's just so fun to die all the time that in big, crazy map, people don't even care. Like, it's not like this Battlefield junk. It's more just like, whatever, dude, I'm just getting killed and trying to kill some guys, right? And I think that's some of the fun and the charm of the original deathmatch games like Doom and Quake and Unreal Tournament is they have this like, if you're up against someone really good, there's a bunch of people and you're dying all the time, it's like just embrace the death and just try to maybe get a kill and have a laugh. It's only like, you know, you're only playing for 10, 15 minutes. This guy's in the worst place in the game you could be. He's going to get destroyed. He's not coming that way. Oh, will he use this weapon? He hasn't used it once. Got the thigh pads. He's good at that primary fire, man. It's like he must be a railgun player from Quake Arena. Oh, that was fucking great. I'm sorry. That was awesome. Oh, dude. Don't you love it when that crap happens in a video game? When you pull out the most perfect, predictable kill on some fool. That's what makes this shit so fun. Let me go back to this. I want to see this again. Dude, if you watch my video one day, I'm going to have to leave a comment on your channel. That was awesome. The guy gets killed, right? He's going to respawn. Jump boots. And then the dude spawns. He's spamming the spawn button so hard that he shoots his pistol as soon as he spawns. Oh, I'm sorry. Listen to the sound effect after he spawns. So, interestingly enough, I bet the other guy, Nine's, pissed at me. I'm sorry for, do whatever. I'm not that good of a player. The guy you're playing against is really good. He spawns. You just got killed over here, right? And if you back away, this you spawn in this hallway where the flat cannon is. And the first thing you do is run down the hallway and hang a right. But you got the flat cannon, and you're in a flat cannon hallway. You don't make him come to you. You keep coming to him and feeding him kills. The guy gets caught in that corner a lot. Damage. Yeah. Good juggling. Jump. Perfect. I want to say something. That was a really good shot. I'm going to tell you why that's a really good shot. This guy's doing something you do if you're duck hunting. All right, so he fires one ASMD alt fire to control the fact that he sees the guy going towards the wall, right? That's a denial of space shot. If you're a deathmatch player and you have never thought about this, you don't have to shoot at people. You shoot to control people. Everyone sees this big, ugly blue death ball coming at you. And they're like, oh shit, get away, it might super, because the guy's been doing it to him all day long. Of course he sees this, he's anticipating it. So he's now been herded into the corner, which will make him pause long enough for you to actually do it on him in the corner and then give the crap out of him. Oh, see how he paused? He wanted to make sure that shot was perfect. Watch this. Watch this part again. I'll show you what happens. He's just pausing here. In fact, even is he hitting the squat button? It almost looks like he's squatting down here to make his movement slow. If he's doing that, that's like mega pro. Or maybe just the camera height's so low. I've forgotten. Jesus. Oh, dude. I'm picking up crap. Oh, man. I should just make a reaction channel and just laugh at this shit. Oh, the other guy's not having a good time. He's just getting destroyed. But you know what? This guy's good, man. He knows how to play. He's got great timing. He knows the map so well. Denial area. That was a good shot. Predictively leading where you think someone might be. The lift, dude, he's behind you. No, okay, there he is. Get out of there. There you go. Jump boot the shield belt. He didn't turn on. There you go. Now he's getting it. He's really good at railgunning. I think that's the big advantage of this guy's playstyle. See, he's his primary fire on the shock rifle. I keep calling the ASMD. He shoots like a Quake Arena railgunner, and that's just giving him a massive advantage because he's mixing it up enough where he's not just always alt firing. He's mixing up with instant shots, and those instant shots can do damage to you with any armor. He could have walked into that. See how he backed away? Good damage. Controlling all those pickups. He was already damaged there, so that's not too hard to do. No 8-ball duels going on this one. It's all ASMD and insta-hit. I put that in there on purpose. I remember doing this. Oh my god. Okay, so here's some trivia for you, mapper dudes. There's a relationship between them. You always look at the ramps like, why is one ramp skewed funny? So you have ramp that goes to the top level, ramp goes to the middle level. Makes sense, right? Big goofy science fiction bulkhead, right? So 2 ramps up top, 1 in the middle. It's symmetrical. You know, it's like this, right? So the height to jump down to this is a great place to jump, but the shield belt's directly underneath this. You can't spin jump all the way down on top of the shield belt on purpose. So while you're doing this jump down to this area, you're taking a shortcut, the entire rest of the map can see you out in the most exposed space in the whole map. But he's chasing one person. It's just one-on-one. It's not that big of a deal. Right here. It's perfect. You're in midair, jumping down, and as you're getting ready to land, you're already thinking about bombing the hell out of that long hallway directly in front of you. Or that. Good shot. Yeah, this guy's a railgunner, for sure. Don't go in there. Don't go that way. That guy got caught up in that niche maybe like 6 times this map. Jump. There you go. He jumps too early, but maybe he does on purpose, keep a low profile. Poor kid. Oh man. He wants that to go off. Oh, dude, jump. That was a good shot. His opponent's trying to do the same thing he does, and the opponent should probably be using a minigun. But he's getting destroyed by all the ASMD stuff. And now the guy's actually just having fun with him. Spawning in the same area 6 times in a row made life a little bit harder. I used to do that shit to guys in the office all the time. Oh man. Totally fun, totally fun. Oh. You don't need that. Stop picking it up again. Armor, I can understand that. Where is he? Oh, Jesus. The fuck? Pardon my language. Oh, Jesus. This is such a great shot. You know, I don't know why when they recorded this, you never see him ADS, aim down sight, or use this, you know, the scope. Watch this shot. Surely he's not botting. I'm sure he's not using an aimbot. I think that's just freaking skill. Is he using... Dude, I want to know, are you aimbotting? It doesn't look like you're aimbotting. That just looks like a good sweeping strafe. Scanning the area. See, he's looking. He's thinking about it. He doesn't know where the guy is. He doesn't even see him yet. There, he saw him running around. So the guy was running here, and because he's wearing the worst camouflage possible, bright blue French Napoleonic armor set, and a gray ass level deck 16 with the gamma turned up too high. And he's going, wee, I'm bunny hopping, right? And the funny thing is about, it's not bunny hopping, but he's using the little dodge move. The dodge, if I were to go like this with my hands back and forth, it doesn't really jump. If I go like this, it kind of draws your attention to it. And so all this spasticated hopping around is like, you're drawing the human eye to it. The human eye goes, oh, it's over here, boom. And if he just went like this, you don't know what he's going to do. It's like a juke move playing football. I mean, if he's got cover, I'm sorry, I'm pointing at the monitor. You can't see what I'm pointing at. He's got cover right here, right? But instead, these are all instincts that come to you when you play a lot. Instead, you're so used to going, huh, 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 and jumping around all the time using this dodge move that Cliff Blazinski put in the game damn it, it didn't need to be there. That you jumped out into the open to expose yourself. This guy's got the sniper rifle. He's a good shot. Look where his reticle is right now, right? So he just went, whoop, one shot. Freaking awesome. Great mobility. Oh, man. Control. Guy just has a pistol, I think, at that point. Oh, he got an ASMD. Shock rifle. Great control. Okay, well, you've heard me laugh out loud a lot. 1 minute left in the game. I'm going to jump ahead here. Let's see. Where's the end of the video? 15:35 to nothing.
8, 7, 6.
Oh, here's some trivia for you. We were working on Unreal Tournament. It was Cliff's idea to put all the like WWE wrestling, Mortal Kombat type stuff in there, all the yelling like headshot and all that kind of stuff, because it's just fun. That's one thing about Cliff I thought was really cool. He was like a big kid at heart, and he was a kid, and he never grew up. He still acts like that today, from what I can tell. We chat on the phone and shit. It makes it more fun. You know, it's more exciting than super serious mode.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations.
You win. Great. Very cool. Okay, so let's go back to this, and we'll talk about a little bit more junk, and then we'll stop this video. Let's do this. Let's go to the web camera. Let's grab this, and I'll pull this up into, so you can see my big head there. There you go. I have a big head full of intelligence and stuff. Okay, we'll turn off this display capture. So, in summary, you know, making these maps, if you're a mapper or you're gonna be a game designer, you gotta study this stuff. You gotta play this. You got to experience getting pwned in a map like this and say to yourself, why am I getting killed? This happened in Doom 2. Control, right? Map control, and one-on-one especially. You put 2-on-2 and team deathmatch, it becomes kind of nutty. People that are really good in the same room together will be able to kill people on Ventrilo and Vent, or whatever the hell people use to talk these days. Discord. So, you know, you got to have this library of movement and abilities and weapons, understand the splash radiuses and all the technical crap, and you got to have that feeling for like, this area is good for this. I'm fighting someone here. I'm going to jump down and turn and rotate and drop something here, because usually people are in the hallway. If they see it, they really don't have anywhere to go. They're not going to come towards me. If they back up, they're still going to get splashed. You know, so you use the ASMD or the shock rifle, that primary fire. If you're a railgun player and you played, you know, Quick Arena and you're good at it, I mean, the guy was great with a sniper rifle. We saw awesome sniper rifle shots, great primary fire shots in a shock rifle. You know, and then the super move. In the beginning, he was super moving a lot, which is a great, like over here, boom. It's hard to do that. You can script that, not script it, but you can make a macro on a Razer Naga keyboard to do that for you. But at the same time, it requires aiming, right? You can be, if you're real good, you can do that and then strafe and move and go boom. It's just tracking a target. You just have to think like that. The problem with that is it's good for medium to long range, and at close range, if someone's too close to you, you just bounce them away. So having the different spaces in the map that allow you to utilize what this weapon's good at, an instant hit from long range, instantaneous. A big floating ball that bounces people around middle range that might also blow up, which makes them freak out because they see this big ball coming. And then close to you, boom, bounce away. So it's a 3-range weapon. Sniper rifle, I mean, medium to long range, great sniper shots. Up close, people don't usually do it. And I don't know why we never saw any ADS or, you know, scope action from this guy. The minigun, great, takes time to wind up, and people know it's a minigun. They go, oh, it's a minigun, let me just get the cover. But with the ASMD, they can't get out of the way in time. We talked a little bit about some of the flak shots that were done. He didn't use the grenade very much at all. That's okay, it's just play style. If you ever play Grinder against bots, that map is just made for flak cannon because it's tighter, and the design of the map was intentionally that way. This map was, I never did any like big ass lava giant maps. I wanted maps to be manageable for 1-on-1, but support 4-on-4 or maybe 8-on-8. Like I wanted to be able to scale. And I think it pays off because Deck 16 has been so popular over the years. People love it so much. I think it was a really fun, instinctual success story that leaned heavily on the things that I was experiencing as a player that I want to infuse in my map with my own creative twist on it. Like there's things I talked about today that were like, these are cool things that you felt playing, not copying the geometry. Like that's lame. We never want to do that kind of crap. Okay, cool. I hope this was fun. I hope you had a laugh with me. I didn't get to finish my Guinness, but I'll do that later. And yeah, if you got something you want to show me, like show me you playing your map, whatever. I'd love to see it. I'll go through all my maps I made and talk about why I put stuff where it did. Maybe you'll get something out of it. Maybe you'll have a laugh while we watch other people play. But yeah, man, this game's so awesome. So much classic memories from playing Unreal Tournament. No one makes games like this anymore. I mean, they're just don't come close. I mean, the hitboxes and Overwatch and stuff are huge. These other games, they're just so they're so console oriented. They're not Twitch skill oriented as much. It doesn't mean that people that don't play really good on console games like Battlefield and Call of Duty, but it's a completely different animal from playing this wacky Quake 1, Doom 2, Unreal Tournament epoch of Twitch fun online gaming. So great maps go a long way. If you're making your maps, think about the psychology of the players. Think about the cover, think about the spaces, think about the splash damage, the insta hits, the weird line of sights, the things that people can shoot, thread the needle, and have a laugh like you heard me laughing so much. This guy did this one shot. It's so awesome because these things build memories, and the memories will stick with you forever of like, I played this game in college. You know, that's the stuff you want to have happen in video games, and that's why you're doing it. If you just played the game and always won like League of Legends, I mean, it's like, dude, okay, you're a jungler or you're a carry. You do the same thing. You play this one character all the time. You don't have the same skillfulness of jumping and flipping off of the side of a building or off a ramp and nailing some dude in midair with a sniper rifle and then turning around and grabbing the arm. I mean, that stuff's like, it's like an art form. It's like skateboarding and skiing and ice skating and jujitsu all mixed together. So hope you had fun with the video. We'll try to make another one soon. And yeah, if you like this format, let me know. If you want me to change it around, something like that, I don't mind doing it. As long as it's cool and you guys enjoy the stuff, because, I mean, this is probably one of the coolest times in my whole career is making this game and making these maps. And there's a lot of love and passion went into it. And I'm glad to see that people are having fun with it, because that's what it's all about, really. All right, we'll talk to you later. You guys have a great Christmas holiday. And like I said, like and subscribe to my role-playing game channel, even if you don't like role-playing games. It helps us out. Talk to you later. Take care.